Hotep, Black Power. Brother Shaka saying cold for here. Peace and blessings to all my brothers and sisters out here. What I wanted to talk to y'all about today is I'm just returning back from paying homage to my father, who's laid to rest out at Arlington Cemetery, and it was a very, very powerful morning. The first half of the morning, very, very powerful, very, very inspirational, very emotional at times. As always, when you are paying homage to any of our ancestors who have moved on in the ancestral realm, especially those that you are personally and was physically connected to, such as my father, who was one of the greatest men that I've ever known on this planet. Very, very powerful brother. And I was in uniform, because see, that's one thing about me. For people that know me, I have no shame and not afraid to wear, rock the red, black, and green, rock our flag, rock our colors, regardless of who you are, regardless of where I'm at. I'm never ashamed or never afraid to represent that and stand on my foundation. And so, I caught a little flack from these some of these spear chucking, indoctrinated, Americanized, Nigerian special police that was guarding the white man's cemetery, that skinned and grinned with all of those crackers. But when I pulled up, it was a whole different. It was a whole different vibe, whole different energy, based on the fact of who I was. By them having self-hatred, and by me having being in my uniform, suited and booted. But nevertheless, I enjoyed that. Me and the Queen, I thank the Creator and the ancestors for my Queen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sister, beautiful goddess, in all aspects, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, wonderful, and a lot of times, people have to be, we all have to be grateful and thankful for the people that come and that the Creator and the ancestors bring us, and I'm one of them that's grateful for, my position, and of who I am. I'm not ashamed and disappointed, of who I am and where I stand at today on all aspects, because being chosen by the ancestors is a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? A real beautiful thing, and that's the blessing of being conscious and being clear about a lot of things. Also, you want to send my hoteps and black powers to my brother, Dr. Maulana Hajimanj and his family. Special. That's a special hotep, and we've been conversing and building. Having our cipher, and really been, growth, in all aspects and on both parts, because that's what men do. Real men do that. Real men, most real men are not even appreciated by their other half, in a lot of cases, because, we've been trained to look outside the biological setting and, and people that are connected with us, and look outside for everything you know, that's right in your face. Everything that, you know, when an example, as a child, I used to watch all these superheroes, you know, Batman, Superman, Green Hornet, all this shit on TV, and the greatest superhero was sitting right behind me in the living room, you know, but, you know, we've been trained, you know, as part of white supremacy to look at the, you know, look at the white man, look at the albino devil as being, you know, a godlike figure, a superhuman figure that can conquer, that can destroy and beat everything, and that has invented everything, which is totally wrong. You know, actually they haven't invented or created anything but havoc and fucking destruction. You know, and that's the blessing of becoming conscious, because the majority of our people are asleep, and we need to, we need to be awakened, and we need to be brought to a level of consciousness, you know, and nevertheless, you know, it's just, you know, each day is just a lot of work that has to be done, you know, with us as individuals, in order for us to even work as a unit, as a community, as a family, as a race, as a nation of people, you know, and I try to do the best I can and to spread the information and knowledge, you know, to my brothers and sisters, because it's very, very important. You know, a lot of us, you know, don't see the importance of black consciousness, you know, and being selfish, you allow your children to grow up in a deceased spiritual state, in a deceased mental state, in a deceased educational state, in a deceased financial state, you know, based on our selfishness, you know, and our selfish quest to live these lavish lifestyles and to keep up with the Joneses and all this illusional shit, you know, which keeps us separated, which keeps us divided. You know, like I explained the situation, you know, with these holidays, you know. Give me a second, brothers and sisters. Yeah, I'm back, brothers and sisters. Something I wanted to discuss with y'all as far as, how, you know, the movie Birth of a Nation, you know, how that, didn't hit the charts, you know, and wasn't a blockbuster hit. Don't you know that this motherfucker, faggot ass Tyler Perry, his shit, you know, that damn Madea boo-boo shit, you know, outsold Birth of a Nation. So that lets us know, you know, how fucked up we are as a people, man. How far back and how much we still in this motherfucking entertainment mode. In spite of the fact that at the same time, you know, y'all still hollering for, you know, another president and whining and scared of this motherfucking Trump. But at the same time, what are you doing to raise your level of consciousness up so you can be able to be prepared to deal with whatever comes down the pipe? You know, you motherfuckers still running in there seeing a nigga with a dress on, and there's no way, no motherfucking way that fucking movie was supposed to outdo and outsell Birth of a Nation, you know, Nate Parker's movie. There's no way that shit was supposed to happen, man. No way, man. It's inexcusable, man. And you know, that's another result from us, you know, playing bullshit, you know, waiting on a motherfucking handout, always wanting to be entertained. We still in that mode where we want to laugh. We still want to laugh and dance and all this shit, you know. And you know, when is the time going to come where you know, we buckle down and get serious and go ahead and begin the process of black liberation. You know, we still fucking around, we still giggling, we still bullshitting, we still strung out on sports. You know, we worrying about, you know, how fast Kim Kardashian flew in to see this motherfucking lunatic fucking Kanye West. Talking about he was suffering from dehydration and all this old bullshit. Yeah, when you trade your mother in for motherfucking success, you trade your mother's life in, you know, for fame, you know, and royalty. Fame and fortune, man. You traded your mother in. Of course you gonna go through that. That's nothing but the ancestors fucking with your ass. You know, pressing your ass out. Yeah, that's nothing, you know, but the ancestors, you know, pressing your ass out for what you've done. You know, and you even said, you know, you thought it was cute and cool and getting hits on YouTube and all this when you were on stage a few years back saying that you sold your soul to the devil and all this bullshit. You know, but now these motherfucking ancestors and these motherfuckers are not playing. That's why I tell y'all, stop playing with them ancestors. Stop lying, talking about, you know, the ancestors told you to do this and do that. You know, you on an ancestral mission and all that. You know, the only way you can be on an ancestral mission is that your mission is a successful mission, because the ancestors don't fuck up, you know, like some of you motherfuckers do. So stop saying that because you're lying. And stop lying and playing with them ancestors. You know, rest in power with my brother Pop. You know, but, you know, the mistake he made with the ancestors when he made that I'm Not Mad At You video where he was up somewhere supposedly like some type of afterlife or heaven with Red Fox and Billie Holiday and Marvin Gaye and all those people. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with those people like that. You know. However, you know, Kanye West is just feeling the wrath of them ancestors for what he done, you know, in agreement with the motherfucking so-called satanic powers at powers to be, you know, these motherfucking albinoid devils, into sacrificing his mother to show loyalty to and to show and pay allegiance, you know, to these motherfucking albinoid devils. You know, he can be trusted and sworn into secrecy by, you know, trading his mother in, you know. So, you know, and, you know, we need to focus on some other shit besides that. You know, we don't have time for that bullshit. You know, I know I don't. Because we want to be entertained. You know, we worrying about, you know, what team won, who's gonna be in the Super Bowl. Once again, we on that motherfucking, we in that mindset. You know, that we not focusing and dealing with, you know, the situations and the issues at hand. You know, Fidel Castro, you know, made his ascension. You know, I'm not going to speak too much on that right now at this point, because I don't know the circumstances surrounding that. So I'm not just one of those people that's, you know, going to just add something in and I don't have correct, you know, information and data about the situation or that brother. I know that, you know, I pay homage to him. I give him thanks for what he did in terms of not allowing Assad Shakur to be extradited back to the United States to be put on death row and be put to death, you know, for something they don't really know what she done, you know. And she was on the Jersey Turnpike where she was shot 3 times, you know. And the brother Zaid Shakur lost his life on the turnpike to a racist albinoid fucking demon that thought he could get away with killing everyone that was in that car. You know, but you know, and then fucking Obama, raises the bounty, the reward bounty from $1 million to $2 million. Even George Bush, even George Bush didn't even raise the the bounty. But Obama did to $2 million. For the return of Sister Sada Shakur. And it's other brothers and sisters over there that have went in exile and have resided into Cuba. So we need to thoroughly look into this, thoroughly investigate, thoroughly research this whole situation. Fidel Castro's, his political situation, where he stood at, how did he treat, the disenfranchised citizens of Cuba. All that has to be looked at before we can, before I could pass any judgment or have a whole lot of information to spill to the people, without having concrete evidence and knowledge of. So I'm gonna leave that one alone, But however, we need our focuses, and our morals, and our priorities are way the fuck off, right now everybody's focusing on this motherfucking Christmas and we spend $70 billion. Imagine what $70 billion could do within the next 3 months. We can open so many community centers, so many shelters, so many treatment programs. And, we can start opening little towns, black-owned businesses, but, that's too much like right. But we expect, some miraculous shit to happen. I hear people say, Donald Trump is going to be assassinated and all this old shit. I doubt it. But I'll tell you this. If we don't wake up and start working as one unit, one race, one nation of black people, we're going to be fucked around, because it's not Trump you have to worry about. Once again, like I explained to you before, it's the motherfucking regime that he has. And if you're not careful, we're gonna go back to the 50s. If we're not careful. So, that's my advice, to we don't do what we need to do in terms of uniting and combining our resources together and creating our own businesses and our own schools. We're going back another 100 years. We're going to go back another 100 years. We're going to go back to the at least the 50s or the 40s. You'll see black people shining shoes again downtown. If we're not careful, if we don't do what we're supposed to do. It doesn't matter who's in office. We've always been fucked, regardless who sits in the motherfucking White House. Regardless who sits in there, we always been fucked. And then we'll march, we'll make noise, we'll cry, and all this bullshit just to get a trinket, a small little, bill passed, which does us no good. Does us no good. Look at the situation back in the 60s with King, with the boycott, which was one of the greatest ideas, in black history. 381 days, no blacks rode the bus in Montgomery. Even our elders, walked literally with no shoes on and walked to the soles of their shoes busted open. They were wore out. But the mission was accomplished because the boycott broke downtown, the economy, white businesses in downtown Montgomery, broke them. But when when King said with the integration, he said it was just, he felt as though he was his people, he putting his people in a burning house. But it was too late then. But that wasn't the reason why he was assassinated. The main reason he was assassinated, other than the fact of Gay Edgar Hoover, was that when King began to go on the international level, when he began to speak about the war, that's when, the orders were put in for him to be assassinated. That's why I recommend people to do their research. Orders to Kill. William Pepper, who was Martin Luther King's lawyer. The book describes basically a blow-by-blow detail of what happened in the King assassination. How everything went down. James Earl Ray, who wasn't the trigger man, because the King family visited James Earl Ray basically every other Sunday, put money on his books, up until the day he passed, because they know that he did not shoot Dr. King. So, and see, these are the things that we don't know, because anytime the white media, whatever they give us to digest, we accept it and we digest it without any type of research, without any type of investigation. Mostly all of us have the ability to look into the things that we have are being fed here by the idiot box, the tell lie vision, but however, we don't want to change our diets. There's a lot of things that we don't want to do, but we think we're going to get the results. We're going to get good results doing and eating and participating in activities that are unhealthy. You can't expect to live 70, 80 years, and you eating like a fucking animal. You're not eating, you're not putting nothing in you that's healthy, nothing that can help you, nothing that can prolong your life, nothing that could change your attitude, nothing that could change your energy, nothing that could change your demeanor, nothing that could make you function, and raise your chakras up and function on a God level, on a high frequency. Those things will never happen when you're doing unhealthy things. And me, myself, I'm guilty too. But I do make an effort, I do make a daily effort to do my best to try to, live and eat healthy as I possibly can. Now, don't get me wrong, vegan and all those type of things, they're pretty much expensive. It costs a pretty penny to if you want to live a clean, holistic life. It's just gonna cost you. That's just how it is. But at what point do we, take the initiative, and refuse to die early and to go ahead and do some things that we don't want to do, or do some things that we're not accustomed to doing. A lot of things that taste good are not good for us. The things that are bad to our taste buds, most of the time, those are things that are good for us. It's just that our taste buds and, our appetites and taste buds have been conditioned and coated with so much synthetic bullshit, artificial sweeteners and so much glucose in the body, that when something that's healthy has a bad taste to it. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm back. At some point we have to, go full steam ahead, and have to learn, how we're going to live, if these devils decide to take our food supply away from us, to take our water supply away from us, You know, take out automobiles. These are all executive orders that has been signed by Obama. You know, and the Trump administration is not going to change those executive orders. Trust me when I tell you that. And what's going to happen with the Trump administration? They're going to come in after he's sworn in. He's going to make all these speeches about, you know, everything is going to be all right for you niggas. You know, I'm going to be fair with everything, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to kiss a couple of nigga babies and all this shit. And then about 6 months to a year later, the real devil, the albinoid devil is going to show up, and you're going to see police killings. You're going to see police, you know, literally walk damn near without going to court after murdering our brothers and sisters. Because of the fact that Obama, he laid the foundation down for that. Now, one police officer went to prison during the Obama administration. Well, let's put it like this: since after the Oscar Grant murder, you know, no police have done any significant prison time for murder of one of our brothers and sisters. Obama didn't even call, you know, Sandra Bland's family. I mean, it was a disgraceful presidency, you know, and disgraceful representation of a melanated man that was in the White House that was supposed to be, you know, halfway conscious. You know, I heard some sister say yesterday, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do now without Obama. What did you do with him? You know, nothing. We didn't get anywhere fucking with him. You know, that's why a lot of y'all, you know, deep down inside that what I'm saying is the motherfucking truth. You know, and you know, you just don't want to accept it. You just don't want to accept it. You would accept it if Hillary had won. You would have accepted that you've been fucked by Obama. But now that Trump's in, you looking at like you were better off with Obama. But I'll tell you, like I said, from 6 months to a year, the first 6 months to a year, Trump may do more in that time for blacks than Obama did in 8 fucking years. So it's a matter of us being very, very cautious, very careful, understanding who we are. But the bottom line is, brothers and sisters, we have to link up together, whether we like it or not. Put your ideologies, put your religious beliefs, put all that shit to the side and understand who your fucking enemy is, and let's link up together and go ahead and do some nation building so we can build a black nation. You know, otherwise, you know, we're gonna self-destruct literally before our own eyes. You know, because nation building, everybody else is doing it. Everybody else has done it, with the exclusion of black people. You know, when are we gonna get tired of just being the fucking help? When are we gonna get tired of just a certain select few? Like I'll tell you, Trump is going to select a few of you house niggas, and the rest of your asses are going in the field with the rest of the slaves. But you're not welcome. A lot of you are not welcome back to the black community. So it's no use of you getting comfortable and thinking, you know, whatever way it goes, I'm gonna be all right. Nah, that's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit. You better hope that Trump puts you, you know, on the porch of the plantation, because you can't come back to the field. You have violated your people, you know, beyond disgrace, for us to allow you to come back in the community, you know, and that's like a slap in the face, a spit in the face to the black community, to allow Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Oprah Winfrey, Bob Johnson, you Kathy Hughes, all you motherfuckers, all you motherfucking house niggas and buck dancing motherfuckers to come back into the black community with open arms. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. No matter what you have. Yeah, so you're not gonna be welcome, back in the black community. So and we actually, don't play like we need y'all, cause we don't. Once again, if we, boycott, I'm not even going to use the term boycott. If we just let go of these fucking holidays, get a cracker back his motherfucking holidays, we can, and put our resources, combine our resources together, and have our own community, our own schools, because this is what's going to happen to the public schools, public food system. The public schools are going to be charter schools. They're going to turn into charter schools. The charter schools are going to become privatized. They're going to be owned by privatized industries. Excuse me. In other words, bottom line is, if we're not careful and we allow this process to take place, in order for one of our children to even go to kindergarten, they're going to have to pay a tuition, just like if they were to enter a college or university. They would have to pay a tuition just to go to school. Because in the law books, if you look in the law books in Congress or anywhere you look, it's not a law or mandatory for anyone to get an education. That's not a law that you have to be allowed or given an education. That's bullshit. So that's the purpose of Umar Johnson, Marcus Klein, and others creating their own schools. And these schools are successful. If you look at what Marcus Klein has done to these babies, man, it's incredible. It's phenomenal. But we need thousands of Marcus Kleins, thousands of Dr. Umar Johnsons, to get rid of the old curriculum that you've been poisoning and robotizing. In other words, making robots out of our babies with this fucked up Eurocentric divisive motherfucking education. About some goddamn pilgrims and the Easter Bunny and SpongeBob and all this motherfucking bullshit and, My Two Dads and, all this old motherfucking shit, Princess Boy, all this old homosexual effeminization doctrine that you've been laying on our baby boys and the girls, using people like Nicki Minaj and and other people like in that mindset to say that it's okay to be with other women, and P. Diddy and Rick Ross and all these other guys, these gay rappers, the first gay rapper and all these people, Dr. Dre and them just, engaging in this type of homosexual lifestyle and behavior. But, on the other hand, that's behind the scenes. And then when you get on stage, you're a gangster rapper, Rick Ross with his shirt off, big titties flapping and flopping everywhere with sweat and nipples all protruding like a woman, switching. His big fat ass with tight ass motherfucking jeans on with no underwear, with chains around his neck, with his titties flopping, and thinking that shit is slick, thinking that shit is cute, and it's not, that shit is gay. And P. Diddy, doing that shit, dancing, pulling his pants down, and, everybody coming out with their shirts and stuff off, taking their jeans and shit off on stage, and, our people have, they're being paid to influence our brothers and sisters, to portray this lifestyle, to infect the masses. Just like I have told y'all about, how they rap about slinging dope and doing drive-bys and all this shit, doing home invasions and selling bricks of motherfucking yayo and all this, and they're not doing that. They're paid to put that shit on wax, and they don't even live in the black community. They live in the suburbs. The way they dress on stage, them crackers don't even allow them to come in their banks dressed like that. They have to be dressed totally different when they go in there to these crackers' banks. And their job is to keep the people in the hood, keep them selling coke, keep them killing each other. And then, these motherfuckers will sit up here and rap, about killing their brothers and killing their sisters and gang raping queens and all this shit, and date raping them with e-pills and all this bullshit, Then they win a motherfucking Grammy for this shit. Come up on the stage, and the first thing they say is they thank God with a motherfucking Jesus Christ motherfucking medallion on and goddamn gold. And in the album cover, they got a picture of this motherfucking cracker Christ around their motherfucking neck with a motherfucking blunt in their mouth with money everywhere. When you got money everywhere, that's a sign of fear, because you're afraid you might lose that shit. So you put it out so you want everybody to see that if it's gone, at least that you at least had it at one time. That's a sign of motherfucking fear. But we'll get into that at a later time. On another video clip, I'll discuss that whole process, the origin of it, and all that. But until next time, brothers and sisters, I'll see you all tomorrow. Keep your motherfucking head up. Remain a motherfucking warrior. Do what is necessary. Be a man. Be a father. Stand up. Think for yourself. Stand on a solid foundation. Peace.